Middle age hits Arthur Burney like a tractor trailer.
Most people get a new Corvette when they go through a midlife crisis. You got a new wife.
So when Arthur finds a new flame,
You just gonna walk out on Mom after 20 years?
it's goodbye old family, hello new.
At first, I was like, he's holding her hand?
You could just tell that they were happy together. I mean, that he really loved her.
But when the bloom on new love withers, resentment grows in its place.
She's like, he's just a piece of crap. I hate him.
We're done with that story. It's time to tell the truth.
Love may be blind and marriage bliss, but divorce is murder. Arthur Burney is having a midlife crisis. His marriage to Linda, his high school sweetheart, has long been drifting into boredom and indifference.
We married young, and we was married for 20 years. We didn't fight or nothing like that. I think it was that we just kind of grew apart.
Him and my mom are total opposites. I mean, really total opposites. I mean, she's as square as they come. They kind of led separate lives, really, for a long time.
A popular figure around the small town of Hoffman, Oklahoma, Arthur's depression is out of character.
Hey, Art!
Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. I gotta get to work. Talk to you later, okay?
Arthur was a very caring, loving, fun guy. He was very mature for his age, even when we were young. He took responsibility really good.
Hey, good morning, Steve.
Arthur, he's probably one of the hardest working mechanics I've ever had. Very knowledgeable. Everybody liked him.
He was just down to earth. He was funny.
He also has a terrific rapport with his two teenage daughters.
Here comes the monster! Rah! Rah!
You could talk to him about anything, and what you said with him stayed with him. I could tell him anything. I was just always Daddy's girl, always. And I think it was because he always wanted a boy, and I was pretty much the next best thing.
But as the kids grow up, Arthur sees time passing by, and he's terrified.
Dad, when he hit 30, it was a sad day for him. He wasn't very festive about turning 30. It was not a good birthday party. Oh, he took it bad. You would think somebody died. You didn't talk about it. You didn't mention his birthday. Nothing. He didn't deal with getting old well.
A few days shy of his 36th birthday, the arrival of a grandchild brings a temporary respite.
I think he was excited, and he spoiled her. He loved her to death and spent a lot of time with her, played with her, you know, and it was great.
When his second grandchild is born a year later, outwardly he's happy. But on the inside, he's starting to panic. A couple of months after his birthday, Arthur moves out of the family home and into his parents' motorhome a few miles down the road.
And then he never did come back.
It's tough on the family, especially his daughters.
Samantha, she was the baby, the youngest, and for her daddy to leave, I think she felt like he was leaving her also, and it really just upset her. Karen, she was more mad about it.
You just gonna walk out on Mom after 20 years?
Honey, we're different people now, okay? We just need some time apart. Karen, look, I'm still gonna be here. Karen!
I actually had a lot of questions that at the time he wasn't wanting to answer, just said he needed space, which to me that just was a cop-out.
Not only does Arthur move out, soon his family learns he's also moving on.
His grandmother got sick and passed away, so we went to find him.
After several attempts, Arthur is still nowhere to be found.
That's when I had kind of my suspicions that maybe something more was going on with that.
Something is going on. He's seeing another woman, Patricia Meeks, a 35-year-old waitress.
They met at a bar. Apparently her boyfriend owned a bar and she worked at it.
It's my new man.
He went by there after work one day to get a drink and they struck up a conversation. So I guess that's their love story.
I knew she had been married, but that's about all I knew. And I knew she drank and stuff and partied.
One more.
One more.
And he calls up and he was like, well, you know, I met somebody. Her name is Trish.
I pictured a tiny blonde girl with cowboy boots and jeans, you know.
Arthur finally summons up the courage to introduce her to the family.
It was at my Mammy and Papa's house. When I walked in, she turned around and I was just like,
Hi.
That's her.
Hi. Thanks for coming. Just be nice, okay? Be nice.
I was thinking, surely that's not her. Surely that's not her.
Pleasure.
Whatever his family thinks, Patricia has her charms, and Arthur is smitten.
She was maybe a little funner. She cussed and drank and smoked, and my mom did none of that.
Look at this, perfect, huh?
New love sweeps the couple off their feet, and 8 weeks after meeting, Arthur moves in with Patricia. The whirlwind romance keeps swirling, and just 6 months after he leaves his first wife, freshly divorced Arthur marries Patricia in Las Vegas.
I said, most people get a new Corvette when they go through a midlife crisis. You got a new wife.
I felt like I was lied to a little bit, you know, and I hurt. I was just upset and that it would do that.
And the newlyweds keep the surprises coming.
I have a secret to tell you. Dad?
What do you think?
Congratulations. I didn't really know what to say. I think I was like, really? Because me and my sister, we're grown and starting over?
18 months after the wedding, baby Michelle joins Arthur's extended family. And over the next few years, shock gives way to acceptance.
It's spring again. The ground warms up and life begins to stir.
Maybe this is what was best for him. He seems happy. He seems to really love her.
And more.
She seemed nice. I thought she was a good mom, honestly.
The new dad is also a devoted grandfather.
Isn't it great to have the whole family together for the holidays?
I had Brianna, and so we would go over there and the kids would play and he would have them outside or whatever.
Linda!
Everyone in the mixed family does their best to get along.
I'd been to their house for Thanksgiving dinner. I helped her cook Thanksgiving dinner.
These are the biscuits that Art likes. Thank you.
I really tried to just get along with him and her.
Forensic psychologist Brian Russell and psychotherapist Stacy Kaiser see two families trying to make the best of a complicated situation.
I give a lot of credit to Arthur, Patricia, and Linda, because all of them put whatever their emotional states aside for the sake of all of their kids.
And it's also important in any divorce where there are children that the ex-spouses make every effort to co-parent in a coordinated, calm, cool, collected way for the benefit of the kids. And to the extent that Arthur and Linda tried to do that, I think that's laudable.
The best possible outcome for Arthur and Patricia is that even though they met quickly and had a child quickly, that somehow their intuition and their chemistry and their connection were correct, and that they really are a good match and that they can make things work together.
A traditional family, it's not. But 7 years into the marriage, friends are happy to see how well things are working out.
Hi, sweetie.
Thank you.
Patricia and Michelle would come down and always pick up his check, usually bring his lunch. In my eyes, their relationship was fantastic.
Did you do this? It's beautiful.
They seemed very happy with one another.
You're so talented, sweetie.
I think Art seemed very proud of Michelle. Everything was just great.
But sometimes great can turn to grating.
Go change.
Oh, you're so annoying!
Get up now!
You could tell Michelle didn't respect Dad very much.
Arthur and Patricia Burney prove they are much more than a passing fling when they marry, have a child, and work hard to get along with Arthur's first family in small-town Oklahoma.
I guess over the years, Trish and I, we did get closer. She was my dad's wife, and I thought she was good to my kids.
Arthur also has 4 grandkids who visit often, especially Ashley and Brianna, who are almost the same age as their 8-year-old aunt, Michelle.
When we were younger, we would ride the horses. We'd swim in their swimming pool.
We were really close. Like, we'd tell each other everything. And, I mean, she was basically my best friend growing up.
Arthur and Patricia are thriving.
You could just tell that they were happy together. I mean, that he really loved her, and they seemed happy around me.
But there's something odd about Michelle. She can't stand to be separated from her mother.
One time, they literally left 30 minutes, and she called them screaming, crying. She wanted her mom, and I always asked her why, and she's like, I just want my mom. I don't want to be away from my mom.
Fine, I'll be there.
She used to run around all the time saying, Mama, 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 all the time. And so that was like an ongoing joke.
Michelle's attachment to Patricia doesn't change, even as the girl approaches her teen years. By 2007, it starts to become clear. Arthur is being edged out. He tries to exert his influence, but Michelle only listens to her mom.
He tried to have the same rules that he had with us, with Michelle.
John.
Yeah. He has really nice hair.
Isn't it way past your bedtime?
I don't have a bedtime.
But you could tell Michelle didn't respect Dad very much.
She got away with a lot.
Daddy's just being mean.
So yeah. Who said something?
Michelle, this hasn't been opened, and the homework is not gonna do itself.
Trish never punished her. She got what she wanted when she wanted it.
Okay.
Anyways.
When I look at Patricia, what I see is somebody who never really wanted to grow up. It's like she was a teenager herself. And so when she finally had a daughter who was the age of sort of her emotional age, they connected and bonded as if they literally were the same chronological age.
Michelle also has trouble fitting in with the rest of her family.
Michelle, come play with us, come on.
I'm busy.
Oh, you're busy. Patricia, can you just get Michelle to get involved with us?
You Burney's in your games.
You ladies and your fingernail polish. Come on, girls, let's go. You ready?
Michelle has another interest, boys.
When she developed, she was all about the photos, above high, showing cleavage, the short skirts, and she was about the male attention. She wanted it bad.
Do you want one?
She was very provocative at a young age. She wore whatever she wanted. She said whatever she wanted.
You should start by unbuttoning 1 button or 2. They like that. Cleavage is good.
She wanted to talk about sexual things, and I wasn't really like that, and she knew things that I didn't think she should have known at the age.
Arthur tries to intervene.
No, there's no way you're going to a dress like that.
Yeah, whatever.
Go change.
I'm not gonna change.
Yes, you will, and give me this phone.
Oh, you're so annoying!
Get up now!
She just thought he was just evil because of that.
She said that he hated her, and I just tell her that's not true. You know, he loves you.
Michelle needs some serious reining in. You gotta start practicing some mothering skills here.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh, what, Archie?
That kid is staying in that room. She's not going to that dance. You hear me?
She's beautiful. You have a beautiful daughter.
She's like, he's just a piece of crap. I hate him. And I never said I hated my mom or my dad ever. And I was in shock that she ever said that.
Michelle's budding sexuality drives a wedge between the couple.
Hey, ladies, I'm home.
And after 13 years, Arthur and Patricia's marriage has fallen into a rut.
Ridiculous.
He wasn't a really social, like, crowd kind of person. He liked to be at home, and she would gripe about that a lot.
The only thing Art wanted to do was go home after work, grab a beer, and head to the barn.
At a loss as to how to deal with his daughter's wilder side and his bored wife, Arthur chooses to spend more time with his horses than his family.
She and Michelle like to go out, and they like to go shopping and go out and eat and everything. And Art absolutely had no interest in doing that.
While Arthur's not paying attention, Patricia keeps spending a lot.
Huh?
They were really bad in debt. She had a Dodge truck. Well, she told my dad it got stolen. It got repoed. You know, they were having financial issues, and he didn't know.
Arthur also doesn't know that Michelle's distracting herself from the stresses of her parents' marriage by flirting online.
What you doing? It's like a dating site kind of thing. Show me. Okay. Oh, let's make you a profile. Yeah? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, here we go.
I knew she was on a website, but I didn't know it was dating at the time. I just thought it was another social networking website, but then I would look it up and it'd say a dating website.
I always told her, be careful, because, you know, a lot of them lie about their age, and she was like, age is not a big deal to me. And I asked her why, and she said, because my mom said that age is just a number.
Patricia seems to encourage her behavior.
Naughty man.
And then starts to dabble in online dating herself. Her adventures soon move beyond the virtual world and into the real one.
My niece Whitney was getting married, and it was at her wedding rehearsal.
She really looked beautiful, didn't she?
Yeah.
She started chit-chatting, and she told me she was seeing somebody.
I met someone online.
Oh. So, Patricia's cheating on Dad.
My first thought was, we gotta tell Dad. And we actually talked about telling Dad, but then you think, why would she tell his daughter? Maybe she wants us to tell Dad and Dad not to believe it and cause a gap with us. We went through a lot of what to do about this information. We had actually come down to the decision that we were going to follow Patricia, catch her, and then tell Dad.
But Karen and Samantha are not skilled detectives.
Because I was like, I can't prove it, and he's gonna think I've lost my mind. If I come to him and say, Trish told me she's cheating on you, he'd be like, what? So we just kept our mouth shut.
It's not just Arthur's marriage that looks shaky. Friends and family notice that he looks under the weather.
Everyone just noticed how he just looked kind of just sick.
He had like black under his eyes. His hair was horrible. And my dad always cared about his hair. I mean, he looked bad. He did drink a lot. On the weekends, he waited to 12:01. When the clock hit 12:01, he had a beer. So I thought, finally caught up, and he smoked like a freight train.
He seemed very sluggish, and he said he felt sluggish. He just didn't feel right, and he was concerned.
He's not helped by the fact that his daughter Michelle's behavior at age 14 is really stressing him out, especially when he meets one of her dates.
Patricia, who's this guy? Michelle? Who's he?
A friend.
How old's his friend?
27.
27.
I don't know any dad that would want a 27-year-old hanging out on the couch with their 13, 14-year-old daughter.
Pal, get the hell out of here. Now.
Dad.
Get up.
Dad.
Go.
Dad, he's a nice guy.
He actually threw the guy out of the home, and I know him and Michelle had a screaming match about it.
Mom's not gonna help you.
And Patricia, I think, actually took Michelle's side.
You don't even care about her.
Don't you tell me how I feel about my own daughter, okay?
Oh, feel. You don't even have feelings.
If I'm looking at Patricia's mindset, I think that she actually thinks that she is helping her daughter, that she is helping her find people to spend time with and partners in sort of that teenage camaraderie kind of a way, instead of what a traditional parent would do, which would be to really try and shelter and monitor their child's early dating experiences.
If you come home and find your 14-year-old daughter with a 27-year-old guy over, there is no overreaction you could have short of shooting the guy.
Oh! Sweetie. Sweetie.
He didn't have the right to do that.
I know. Daddy shouldn't have treated you and your friends like that.
He was a really nice guy. Why did you have to kick him out like that? I hate him so much right now.
Okay, but who's this guy?
Michelle quickly finds a more suitable target for her affections. 17-year-old Michael Richardson from Oklahoma City.
We should drive up to Oklahoma City and visit Michael.
Really?
A few days later, Patricia takes Michelle to pick up her date, then drops them off at a nearby mall in Tulsa. A few hours later, they decide to bring Michael home to meet Arthur.
Come on! Hurry up! So you guys have a good time?
Tonight happens to be Arthur and Patricia's 16th wedding anniversary. But Arthur is in no mood to celebrate.
Why are the lights off?
Art? Art? Art, are you here? He's not in the house. Maybe the bar.
Arthur and Patricia Burney's 16th wedding anniversary should be cause for celebration. Instead, Patricia returns home to find a scene of horror.
Art! Ah! Michelle! Michael! Oh my God!
She finds Arthur's body in the barn and calls 911.
I need an ambulance. My husband, I guess, is failing and there's blood all over the place. I can't make him get up. Is he still breathing?
No, he's not breathing.
They walk her through CPR of Arthur.
I don't know how to.
Okay, I want you to place your hand.
Okay.
Your ear next to his mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
Okay.
But it's too late. Arthur Burney is dead.
So when the medical examiner's investigator arrived at the scene, assessed the scene, and evaluated Mr. Burney's lifeless body, she could find no evidence of trauma whatsoever.
Initially, there do not seem to be any visible wounds. The blood appears to be the result of Arthur's face impacting on the barn floor.
She saw no reason to suspect any kind of foul play.
Only one thing is immediately certain. At 53, Arthur Burney is too young to die.
I'm always letting the kids play with my phone or whatever. Somehow it got turned on silent. I finally looked at my phone and I thought, oh, I had 2 missed calls from Trish. And so I called and I was like, hey, did you call? And she said, your dad passed away last night.
I pretty much was in denial. I kept saying, no, he's not. No, he's not. She said, no. I said, you're lying. And she's like, no, I'm not lying. I walk in the house and Patricia's sitting on the couch, smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, what's going on?
He's dead.
If Arthur's sudden death is not enough of a shock,
It was a heart attack.
the family's about to be devastated by the next piece of news. At the morgue, the medical examiner does a more thorough exam, and what he finds will change everything.
The medical examiner actually finds what appears to be an entrance wound in Mr. Burney's head. Mr. Burney had been shot in the head by a small caliber rifle, a .22 rifle, and the projectile had entered just at his eyebrow line, which probably helped in part to mask the actual entrance wound. At that point in time, everyone's operating under the idea that Mr. Burney had been murdered.
Hey!
It just didn't make sense that anybody would shoot him.
My dad didn't have any enemies. I mean, who possibly would have wanted my dad gone?
The police begin to investigate Arthur's immediate family. Everyone has an alibi. His daughters were at home, and police confirm with Michael Richardson that he, Michelle, and Patricia were all at the mall. As a matter of routine, they also inspect the family's cell phones, hoping for a lead.
When I asked to look at Patricia's cellular phone to see what calls had been going in and out around the time of Arthur's death, there was some calls and texts to a Barbara.
Who's Barbara? There's no Barbara. It's my boyfriend. I didn't want Art to know.
She had him listed in her phone as Barbara, in her cell phone.
It seems her daughter wasn't the only one with a date that night. While Michelle was at the mall, Patricia had some pressing business to attend to.
We learned that, in fact, on the night that Mr. Burney was murdered, that she had actually had a rendezvous with this man that she was having an affair with.
The police get in touch with the man in question, Charles Jeff Wilkie.
Have you ever met this man?
No, ma'am. Is that her husband?
Both she and her lover are considered suspects.
On February 18th, what was the last time you saw Patricia?
I knew we had to eliminate these two people as being involved before we could go any further.
She told me he died of a heart attack over a year ago.
This man that she was having an affair with was under the belief that Patricia was actually a widow.
He was very fond of her. He was very fond of Michelle, and I think genuinely surprised when this all transpired to be contacted by us.
It's really hard to know what to make of Patricia representing herself as a widow before Arthur had even passed away. It would just raise suspicion about herself unnecessarily.
So Patricia has confessed to having an affair, but she seems to have an alibi in that she was with her lover. And so this then leads me to think that there are other possible people that might have wanted to kill Arthur. He was not getting along with his daughter, Michelle. There was this 27-year-old man who he got angry with and threw out of the house. And there's also an ex-wife who, even though they've been seemingly getting along, her or one of her family members could be upset about the betrayal all those years past. So I think that there were a lot of people that weren't really happy with Arthur.
Patricia's boyfriend's story checks out, confirming her alibi. So the police are back to square one. They start digging deeper into Patricia and Michelle's online activities.
Both she and Michelle had an active internet life. She was very active in online discussions with other men, some platonic, some were very sexual in nature.
As the police pour through their private lives,
Hey, darling.
friends rally around Patricia and Michelle.
You got those papers?
We were trying to raise money for her because obviously we just knew how devastating it was going to be. So we just wanted to try to do everything we could help.
Can you believe it? They think I did it. They're following me everywhere. What's this? Thank you.
She said that they suspected her of his murder. And we thought that was totally irrational.
With the investigation stalled, the families steel themselves for Arthur's funeral.
Michelle talked about her daddy.
You know how Daddy always had a comb for his hair?
She said, you know, we forgot to put Daddy's comb in his pocket. And so I gave her a comb.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Michelle always seemed like the girl next door.
But not to the cops. They've been tipped off to the fact that sweet little Michelle knows a lot more than she's letting on.
Christina? Hi, yeah. I don't know what to do, man.
Michelle had a conversation with one of her teenage friends.
I don't know what to do.
It was a conversation which caused this friend enough concern that she told her father, and her father then alerted law enforcement authorities.
Michelle's tearful phone call leads the cops straight to a crucial discovery. Arthur Burney's daughter Michelle has revealed way too much to a friend.
I know where he put the gun. I don't know what to do.
It was a conversation which caused this friend enough concern that she told her father, and her father then alerted law enforcement authorities.
Police interview the friend, who leads them directly to Michelle's doorstep and a .22 caliber rifle.
I know where he put the gun.
They now assume Michelle was somehow involved. So they go back to re-interview her alibi, her internet date from Oklahoma City, Michael Richardson.
Michael and Michelle met online, and they had actually not met physically till just a few days before this murder occurred.
There were texts between Michelle and Michael, and the content of those texts were highly sexual.
But it's the timing of those messages and Michael's movements that raise suspicion.
We were able to determine that statements about him being picked up weren't exactly accurate.
So the cops pick up Michael Richardson to press him on the issue.
We were able to get him in front of us and say, what about this? What about that?
At what time exactly did you enter the turnpike?
3:30?
Michael's story starts to fall apart. He claims Patricia picked him up from a parking lot close to the Burney home before dropping him and Michelle at the mall. But surveillance video from the store shows no sign of his presence. In fact, they'd already picked him up from Oklahoma City, giving him ample time to visit the Burney house and then go to the mall in Tulsa.
Those little things that were inaccuracies, then the big things became glaring.
Suspicion quickly turns to certainty after the forensic analysis of the murder weapon. A trace of DNA from the rifle matches a sample from Michael Richardson.
And when you can finally just say, we're done with that story, it's time to tell the truth, he did.
Okay, I'll tell you what I know.
Michael admits to pulling the trigger.
Who the hell are you?
And then, just as quickly, points the finger at someone else, his new girlfriend, Michelle. 14-year-old Michelle is arrested at school the same day. Michael goes on to describe how Michelle set up the hit.
Michelle took Michael to the tack room of the barn that Art was found in.
Daddy's tack room?
Locked him in the tack room, or shut the door on the tack room. Michael thought it was locked, and Michael waited. When Arthur came to the tack room like he always did to take care of his property and his animals, Michael shot him.
Who the hell are you?
Michael said he just panicked and shot.
Michael Richardson and Michelle are in police custody. But this investigation is not over. The next day, Patricia tries to visit her daughter Michelle at the courthouse where she's being held.
I believe she had come to actually check on Michelle's status.
She doesn't realize that the police have a warrant out for her arrest.
What are you doing? Officer, what are you doing?
On March 15, 2011, Patricia Burney is formally charged with first-degree murder. The primary witnesses against her, Michael Richardson and her daughter Michelle.
Michelle made numerous statements following her arrest via the prosecutor's office and their investigators against her mother.
Okay, I'll tell you everything.
In July 2010, Patricia approaches Michelle with a terrible proposition.
You didn't have the right to do that. I know.
She wants to get out of debt and knows just the way to do it.
Trish and Michelle had been giving Dad tons of pain pills, chopped up in his food and his drink. They've been spraying his medications with roach spray.
They'd been lucky not to poison the entire family.
I went into the kitchen and I got the 2-liter Mountain Dew out of it, and right before I was about to pour it, they stopped me and go, no, that's your grandpa's.
Oh, no, sweetie, don't drink that.
I didn't think about it as much then, but once I started going back over it, it was really weird.
It doesn't take long for Patricia and Michelle to realize their plan is not panning out.
He would get sick, but he wasn't dying.
So they get help the only way they can think of, using the internet.
They had been trying to kill Arthur for months.
I think this will work.
And witnesses came forward and said that they'd solicited them to do it. And they just hadn't been successful until Michael.
And they'd found the perfect person to carry out the hit.
He was to be paid for his services.
Michelle sent him X-rated videos to kind of sweeten the deal.
Patricia Burney is charged with the murder of her husband, Arthur, and one of the key witnesses against her is the actual shooter, her daughter Michelle's internet date, 17-year-old Michael Richardson.
Patricia manipulated Michelle and, I believe, told her, convinced her, taught her, whatever, however you want to put it, how to manipulate a young man with sex. He was not having a good life at that point in time. He was between homes. He was, you might say, a troubled 17-year-old boy.
In exchange for murder, he's offered money and sex.
Hey, Michael, you want to have fun?
As hired killers go, Michael comes cheap.
He was actually offered from anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000. I've heard two different figures. But he was to be paid for his services.
Michelle sent him X-rated videos to kind of sweeten the deal, to make him want to come down and do it. She was touching herself very inappropriately, especially for a 14-year-old, and she's filming it.
On February 18, 2011, Michelle and Patricia go to pick up Michael Richardson.
Michael got in the car on that fateful day in Oklahoma City. They drove back to Coweta.
He didn't even know how to shoot a gun. Michelle had to teach him.
And Patricia Burney sent Michelle and Michael out back to practice for a few minutes.
Hey,
You are the man now.
Knowing that because Arthur is a creature of habit, he's going to be home any minute now.
He had one bullet left in the gun that day. In the barn, there was a small tack room.
And that's all you'll hide. Don't screw this up. If you don't kill him, he'll kill you first.
That was the last bit of motivation that she left him with.
Michelle and Patricia left the property and waited up the road. Michael left Art Lane where he fell and went looking for Michelle and Patricia and couldn't find him. And so he says he texted a smiley face to them to let them know it was done. They actually leave him dead and go to Tulsa in an attempt to, I assume, create their alibi.
Patricia drops off Michael and Michelle at the mall over in Tulsa. And then she went off and had dinner with her lover.
When they get home, they begin the charade.
I think my husband's dead.
Is he still breathing?
No, he's not breathing.
I want you to place your hand, your ear next to his mouth.
Okay, I'll try.
And that's when she puts on her show and begins screaming and crying that her husband is dead.
Patricia doesn't have the cash to pay Michael. But with Arthur Burney dead only a few hours, he still gets part of his reward.
You can go upstairs now, kids.
Michelle and Michael not only had sex up in the house, but they took photographs of one another.
Typically, I would not think that would be the emotional response to, you know, your dad being killed, regardless of your involvement, quite frankly.
Patricia seems to have been motivated primarily by money, and possibly starting a new life with her boyfriend.
I think she wanted a clean start. She had a lot of debt, but the life insurance wasn't that much. It wasn't enough to start over, probably not even enough to get her out of debt.
In the days after Arthur's death, Patricia tries to get her hands on as much money as she can.
Hey, darling. You got those papers?
She seemed very anxious to get the final paycheck that Arthur was due. There was an accidental death and dismemberment policy that she was entitled to, and she was very quick to try to claim that as well.
She also received the money Arthur's co-workers had collected.
You're a sweetheart.
Around $3,500, $4,000, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I think you made a mistake.
After her arrest and throughout her trial, Patricia maintains her innocence.
Michelle did it. Michelle and this boyfriend of hers. I knew he was bad news from the moment I saw him.
What mother does that to your own child? The more I was around her at the trial, she was so cold. And it was like she didn't have a heart.
But the web of texts and online messages prove that she masterminded the entire plan.
Through the court subpoenaed everything, her conversations and stuff, the back and forth conversations that she had deleted off her phone.
Michael Richardson claims he only fired because he was scared of Arthur and Michelle and Patricia.
I felt sorry for him. I know when people are like, how do you feel sorry for somebody who killed your dad? I think he was clueless. I mean, he wasn't a bright individual by any means.
Don't screw this up.
And I think he got suckered. I honestly do.
These are the kinds of scenarios where people scratch their heads and say, how could Patricia have done something like this to her own daughter, who she was so close to, could have done this to her boyfriend and to her? And the answer is this: Patricia's a sociopath. And sociopaths don't truly emotionally connect with anyone.
And to saddle a kid with that is just so heinously evil. To send those two kids through the rest of their lives, knowing that they were instruments of murder, is just really almost destruction of 3 lives, Arthur's and both of theirs.
Michael enters a plea bargain and is sentenced to 28 years in prison. Michelle's trial is transferred to juvenile court. She is sentenced to serve 3 years. By 2014, she's out of detention.
I'm very conflicted about Michelle. I mean, as a sister, I loved her. I know that Trish told her things that wasn't true. I know she brainwashed her, so to speak. And yet then there's a side of she tried to kill my dad several times, not once, several times over 6 months. How do you kill your parent?
Patricia Burney is convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole.
It's finally over. They got her. I remember just saying, Dad, they got her. She's not going to get away with it.
Arthur Burney, beloved father, grandfather, and friend to many, lies dead for the crime of marrying the wrong woman.
He was just such a good man. He's just the type of person that you'd want in your life.
My life will never be the same.
They will never know what they've taken from us. I miss him every minute of every day.